Yeah, and self-esteem is at an all-time low. The people feel without the filters, they ain't got that glow. And everybody think everybody doing better than them.
We got Joely, repping Joely.com. And I can't lie to you, I was on my way out, right? I was on my way to the next realm. You know what I'm saying? I was on my way to Sleepy Land. And all of a sudden, my fiance come running in the room saying, Joe Budden and Royce is on live. Oh my gosh. And I was like, what?
Yo, with the lies. I never did that before in my life.
So, now she better not be that hyper about no other niggas. But yeah, so them niggas is on live, right? They eventually added Joel, and Crooked did his own live.
Right.
At an airport. Right, randomly. Yeah. So, well, not randomly, but it was attached, but I think he couldn't join the live at first because he was picking up his luggage. I don't really know what that got to do with getting on live. But, so, as a longtime Slaughterhouse fan, like, I'm like, it's certain niggas who I'm such a fan of that you feel like you're the guy of, like, yo, you be like, yo, I'm a G-Unit guy. I'm a Rockefeller guy. Like, I'm really a Slaughterhouse guy for real. Like, I'm one of them niggas that really believed in Slaughterhouse from the beginning. And I'm one of them niggas that really think Royce the 5'9" and Crooked Eyes two of the best rappers on the planet. And Joe ain't no fucking slouch. You know what I'm saying? Joel has his moments, so it's a great group. So Joel and Crooked, of course, are putting out this album. They put out the two singles, Vacancy and Backstage, both fire. I'm waiting on the album.
Songs is fire.
Joe and Royce is, you know, as hypothesized, they not feeling the shit. They not feeling the two niggas from the group. Royce put up a post that said something like, imagine two niggas coming into a situation where they gotta burn down the old house that they own with four niggas just to make a two nigga house. Basically some Royce the 5'9" type analogy. Yeah. And it made sense to all of his fans.
It was one of them Beanie Siegel.
If you put puppies in the oven, do that make them biscuits?
It was one of those.
I don't know. Would you eat a puppy out of the oven? I don't know.
Right.
So, just to skip everything, because this ain't for niggas that don't know. I'm not going to keep talking about for niggas that don't know. Fuck them niggas that don't know. If you don't know, you shouldn't even click this shit. This is Slaughterhouse shit. So the question is, who the fuck is right? We heard everybody's side. Who the fuck has the real story or the truth, or does everybody have a piece of it? Because I'm gonna tell you me. I was really rocking with Joel and Crooked just on the strength of the artistry. Yeah. They letting the fans get not only a peek into what's been going on and where they mind at now, but giving them some sense of closure. I'm down with that. Because some of our favorite groups, they go through their shit, they break up, and we never get the closure. That's why people was interested in the Fugees 30-year reunion, because we never got that closure from the Fugees. That's very important. It's like when people do, whatchamacallit, it's like when people break up. No, it's like when people really break up. And like, damn, I don't mind you breaking up with me, but like, what did I do? You just left.
Yeah, that's what you do. You seek closure.
I woke up. You know what I'm saying? Your whole side of the house was gone.
Right. All your shit was packed up.
All I had was one half of the house.
Right.
It rained and the floor got wet because half of the house was gone. I just woke up. The shit was crazy.
Yeah.
So giving the fans that, I get that, but I already know that. This one thing I do know. Joe and Royce is on business. They on business time. Royce is on business because he not about to piss off nobody who he could potentially do business with.
Right.
AKA Marshall.
Shady Eminem. He's a shady type nigga.
It's crazy to say he's a shady nigga and that's like a good thing.
Right.
Like, I mean, like, not in the shit. But like, yeah, he's like his major success came with Eminem. He came in the game with Eminem. There's a certain allegiance alliance even before the Slaughterhouse shit that he has to Eminem. Not even shady, Eminem. And on a business tip, I tend to always kind of ride with Joe. Because as crazy as Joe is and how much shit he fuck up, he's going to strike gold every now and then. And even if it don't work out, he be knowing what the fuck he's going for. Right? So, I already know that in some sense, he's right about the business shit.
Right.
And even they kind of realized it because they said it during a live, like, you know, Joe was pushing for ownership. That's what I'm getting. Joe was pushing for ownership. They kind of wasn't on it like that. But then they turned around and said, you know what? If that's all nigga want is ownership, let me try to get some ownership. And that's what Crooked I was trying to do. Okay, I'm bringing something to the table that involves ownership. But like Joe said, maybe that's a good deal for Crooked I. It might not be a best deal for Joe, what Joe Budden has in mind for Slaughterhouse. And this is the problem when niggas don't have leaders. Who's the leader of Slaughterhouse? Because if it was a dedicated nigga that could say yay or nay, when it's all said and done, we putting the chips down. This is the nigga that's taking the last shot in the game.
Right.
Joe thinks it's him because he thinks he's the leader of everything he does. He thought he was the leader of the Triangle Offense. He thought he was the leader of Desert Storm. He thought he was the leader of the Joe Budden podcast. He thought he was the leader of Slaughterhouse. He's the leader everywhere he goes. So he feel like he can make them type of decisions. Plus, he's the biggest star, and that's the real problem.
And that's why Roy says he doesn't want to do a deal without him.
Because he know he look like three bozos without Joe Budden, in all actuality. Joe Budden brings the semi-mainstream eyes to this shit and make them not totally look like a super underground rap group trying to do super underground rap group shit. Give them a chance to have some success in that. And another reason Roy said, though, he was like, coming off a bad album, you also just don't want to double right back with an album with three of y'all niggas after coming off a bad album. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How you gonna have a bad album and then come back without a member? It's like, that shit like doubling down on the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit couldn't have been good. Joe and Royce always had this dynamic with Crook and Joel. Like, they was the little niggas and they was the big dogs. Yeah, they the big brothers. Yeah. In all actuality, they are. You know what I'm saying? Crooked I, now I remember Crooked I from a long ass time ago. Crooked I was on that fucking Ashanti remix. Nigga, we talking about 01 and all that shit. So this nigga might have been out before Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? Like, not an album, but like, probably seen Crooked I on TV before I saw Joe Budden on TV. Right. Possibly. Could have possibly happened that way. When he was with the Death Row, like the first relaunch of like the new Death Row.
Right.
Joel came in a little bit later. I remember Joel. He's a part of that. He was like one of them first niggas out of like that new New York wave. Yeah. Like, you know, Papoose, that type, like right after Papoose and them. Like,
but you know what was interesting? It seemed like Joel really wanted it to be understood that he wasn't lying. But it looked like Crooked I really wanted it to be known that he brought the deal, that it was about being independent and that it was a good deal.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting that they both had two different things. Because I ain't really hear Crooked I really go in about, hey, nothing I said was a lie. Everything I was saying the truth. It's like more Joel wanted to make sure that was clear.
Because that's who they are. Mm-hmm. You ain't been noticing how Crooked been moving versus how Joel been moving since the group been over? Joel been all about putting out his artistry and shit and like, you know, house slippers and shit like that. Joel probably not the greatest businessman. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying like, they got different ideas of what's good business. Royce feel like good business is being on shady. Royce feel like good business is dealing with the machine over there. Joe feel like good business is ownership. Joel feel like good business is consistent product. Just getting this shit out there.
And you think Crooked Eye feel like big business? I mean, good business is big business, like getting a big check. That's what kind of sound like. He be like trying to get to that money, get to that bag. Like how we gonna get to it? It
really sound like Crooked. Maybe it's not gonna be the exact terms. That's what I'm getting from him. Maybe it's not gonna be the exact terms.
Right.
But let's work our way out of. Let's prove ourselves. Get, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This the best deal we probably gonna get as Slaughterhouse right now. Right. And I brought it to the table.
Do you think it was a thing of somebody was lying or exaggeration, or was it more of a miscommunication?
I think Joe was lying.
Okay.
I think Joe know that he was half-assing about all that stuff, and he was just, you know, he really was playing semantics by like, yo, did I turn down the deal? That's like when somebody lawyer push for like, see, you got to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt that you did do it. So what's on the lawyer's side is the fact that they don't got to prove that you didn't do it. They just got to prove that they can't prove that you did do it.
And so that was the semantics. That was the semantics. Because they were saying, when, at what point did we say that we didn't want the deal, that we were turning down the deal? And what conversation, who was there, what time, what place?
You don't have to turn down a deal if you just ghost somebody on the idea of it.
Right.
It's like after a while they get the picture. And I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to draw down towards the conclusion. Because this is what I really had to say. Joel and Crooked Eye deserve to say their piece on the group. Because it's literally been 10 years. And like Joel said, what am I really fucking up at this point? You get to a point in any relationship where you feel like, I can't even fuck this up. I might as well say what I want to say because it's already to the point.
You know what? I wasn't saying, because I remember what I was going to ask you. Yeah. I was saying that, do you think that the disconnect between them two and the other two is, as you know, Joe said in his own words, everything I got going on is bigger than anything y'all niggas got going on?
I think he came into the group with the mentality that he was the big. Joel's already said, I don't know if it's true or not, but that Joe wanted to get paid more for performances that they all was doing, that they probably all had equal, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Time.
You think Royce is in that same boat? Like, yo, I got a lot of options compared to
Royce
them.
Royce is definitely in that boat.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like, King Crooked got his podcast, but like, you've never seen a viral clip from the King Crooked podcast. You get me? Like, culturally, it's just not popping. It's probably not that lucrative money-wise. You probably get a bag from... So I got Crooked Eye being a hustler. I'm just saying, like, it ain't no Joe Budden podcast.
Right.
It ain't no Royce dropping Booker Ryan and Prime 2 and...
So... You know, somebody said Joe...
Getting Grammys and shit like that. Or
Joe has a habit of not knowing why people have any grievances with him. And then, you know, he also...
I think he got a habit of not wanting to see it.
Right. And, you know, you think he went too far when he said, suck my D? I mean, no, he didn't say that. He said the album...
Yeah, no, he didn't go too far.
He said the album can
He didn't go too far with that, because saying the album can suck my dick is like... That's not a direct suck my dick. Like somebody could say, like, yo, your car could suck my dick. Like,
yeah, but like, I feel like Joel took it like he was saying suck my dick.
No, for sure, but I don't know if Joel even heard exactly what Joe said.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But Joel, man, I really got him beating Joe the fuck up, and be honest with you. I don't know what it is about Joel. I just feel like he's a brawler. I feel like he's a fucking slugger, bro. Like, I feel like Joe Budden might be more of a boxer, and he might be more of a slugger.
Right.
I look at that nigga like Zangief on Street Fighter. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But outside of the stupid shit, I'm just so they deserve to say their piece, and Joe deserves to do things that make sense for him business wise. Joe has earned the right to not move just to move.
Right.
He's been in enough deals. He's been through enough stuff in his life, personal or otherwise. He built his brand to that point. I get that,
but I could see how the other two feel like, dog, we need this shit. And y'all got all this other shit, but this is something for us. Like, this is our main dish.
But that's the problem when we're all on different levels. That's the problem right there. When we're all on different levels and we don't want to recognize it. So now you don't know where your place is. You think you me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't realize you're barely in this situation. Right? Yeah. Royce and Joe drop an album the same day as Crooked and Joel.
One more thing. In my opinion, I think this is probably one of the best things that could happen to Slaughterhouse. If you put their egos aside and how they feel about this album, I think it's wonderful because it brings back conversation and fans interested in Slaughterhouse, talking about Slaughterhouse. It even gives us hope that possibly, you know, Joe would be rapping soon, and that Royce would, you know what I'm saying, make a record soon. Even if it's not a diss record or whatever, that somehow these people are going to make an album again. It just feels that way. And even if they don't make another album again, I know their streams going up. I know people listening to Slaughterhouse.
Some people's going to wonder, why the fuck is 10,000 people on a live at one time that even care about these four niggas and whatever they do together?
Right, exactly. So I think it's good. I think it's good for business. It's good for groups. It's good for the fans. It's always fun, these moments. I think they can get over it.
Yeah, I just say
I don't think it's that serious.
I don't like the way it went left like that.
Yeah.
Though, like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you think of, like, this shit kind of like wrestling a little bit in rap, where you see, well, like, your image is everything, and if I see you doing some goofy shit, it might fuck up my perception of you in the ring. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So, like, Joel just came off super corny. Yeah. Joe just came off super snobby. Yeah. And Royce just came off super arrogant. And, like, Royce is an interesting character because is integrity based. He like to be in his personality. Mm-hmm. He's also like a shapeshifter. Like, not that he don't stand on his morals, but I'm saying,
I know what you mean.
He plays the middle of everything.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, I guess we gotta see how it play out, but I definitely didn't like how it went left. But I think everybody got the feeling that was in that live, like, yo, y'all brothers. You know what I'm saying? I need to figure this out, and everybody love this group.
This is the most Slaughterhouse has been talked about, man. So
it is.
At the end of the day, even though I think Joel fucked up by getting on a live with them, he shouldn't have got on a live with them too, unless Crooked was gonna come.
No, I think he should. Jumped. He is getting jumped, but it's great for the album.
That's what I was going to say. But it's a lot more people going to tune into that album.
When did I check out the 2 songs?
After this.
After
the lives.
Right.
Sometimes the hate is great. You know what I mean? Because this could possibly end up on Shade Room. Because it got to do with Joe Budden.
Possibly. It's on there.
I'm just saying, like,
it's on there.
Joel and Crooked can't demand that kind of media.
On their own, they couldn't.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
All the media outlets that was in the comments.
Sports Center was in the comments. Or ESPN.
Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
You bad with that shit. Sports Illustrated was in the comments. Like, you know, it's a lot of.
It was a lot.
You know, I seen what Vish was in the comments.
Angie
I believe
Martinez was in the comments.
Angie Martinez.
A lot of different people that was in the comments. A lot of rappers.
What's my man name that killed Royce? Mickey Fax was in the comments.
It was a lot of rappers.
Not Lupe, the other one, Mickey Fax.
Yeah, I see.
How do Royce be having this type? Royce just really got. I never thought I'd see the day when Royce the 5'9" got bodied in a battle, but not only got bodied in a battle, but just left it alone. He must really got some shit where he can't write. He can't like. He really must be friends with niggas like, or something. Like I don't know. It's like affecting him. Like I seen Royce go hard before. Nah, fuck that. I gotta talk about Royce for 2 seconds. Like, Royce really lost a battle. Bad.
Oh, that's your opinion. There's a lot of people that feel like he didn't, though. That's how you feel. Let me tell you the truth. You was arguing with me when I said that he lost in the beginning. You was telling me I was wrong.
No, let's be clear. I'm just talking about public perception. I'm just talking about Royce's...
Oh, so you feel like he didn't.
I'm just talking about Royce's spirit as a rapper. Like, to allow himself to go down in flames.
I think you exaggerating it. I think it's half and half. I think
it ain't half and half.
It's half.
It was half and half at first. Over time, niggas said Mickey Fax bodied him. Lupe had the second best rap, and Royce is in third place. That's the way history has
Royce might have been in last place because his brother had a.
His brother had the second. I like his brother rap more than Lupe rap. That's
exactly.
just me.
So Mickey Fax. Then it was his brother.
Yeah. Mickey Fax and his brother should just battle. Yeah. It could have been, you know what I'm saying? Vish versus Mickey Fax.
And then Royce said, I don't even about to respond no more.
Yeah. But I don't know. In the comments, y'all can tell us who was right or who was wrong, because we clearly haven't figured it out. I think everybody's right. And I think everybody's wrong. Everybody wrong for not getting it together. Everybody's right for how they feel about whatever, because they all different men. They got all different perspectives. What they need to do is choose a leader, and none of this shit wouldn't be happening.
And find out who the logo belongs to.
The logo. Joe was trying to tell him who the logo belonged to. He was trying to tell him in so many words.
He said he didn't want to do that to him on live.
And he was like, "Yeah, I've been owning this thing for the last 11 years." You know, oh, wait, important. What Crooked said on his jump. This is important because this is like, Joe Budden is going down in flames right now as far as his character. Because it's things that Maul say, that Marissa say, that this one and that one, whoever be coming at Joe, all this shit be consistent. So Crooked said, basically, Joe was trying to steal money from the group also. Not trying to steal money.
No.
Trying to make more money than they did.
I think what he was saying, Joel said it perfectly in his verse. He said Joe put his deals ahead of everybody else.
No, not that. I think you might have been in the kitchen. He said Joe offered to pay for the album. And Crooked said he didn't want to do that because he was like, if the nigga wants more money than us for being on stage, imagine what he would want if he put up all the money for the album.
Right.
It's just like, it's a little consistent with the Maul and Rory thing.
But you know what, I'm glad
like
you mentioned it. See, that's why another reason why I think Joe said this album could suck my D, because Joe has been through a lot in these past 2 years with people that he felt like. Joe has been through a lot in these past 2 years with people he thought or felt like was close to him that came out publicly,
even his baby mom, against
him. His baby mom, his freaking co-host, his employee with the, you know what I'm saying, the girl, whatever, with the stuff. Like it's just a constant thing now. And then now it's like his group members. You know what I'm saying?
They all blame Joe.
They all doing this expose coming out.
Them two niggas is blaming Joe. They ain't even blaming Royce.
They're not even blaming. It's not
only
even
thing they blaming Royce for is for siding with Joe.
Yeah.
So it's Joe versus Crooked and Joel, and Royce Royce is like Robin. Joe is like Batman. Hold on. Joel is Penguin.
Yeah.
And fucking Crooked is some other nigga.
And it's more people than that. Batman. You said it before. Marissa, Peter Rosenberg. It's always some people that come out that say Joe did me dirty, and I'm publicly just talking about it to everybody right now.
Exactly.
So I can imagine him getting that call and being like, yo, so da-da-da-da. So I think that's why his response was like, yo, fuck that album. You know what I'm saying?
That definitely played into it.
Yeah.
The history, his recent history with people definitely played into it.
Because my mind listened to the songs, I didn't think it was that bad for me if I'm Joe to be pissed off. Unless I'm tired of this shit. Y'all niggas always coming out in the forefront talking about da-da-da-da-da or putting that shit on me.
In no way was what Joel said, even if it was disrespectful, in the classic sense of being disrespectful, meaning you taking something out of the respect that it should have.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
I think he was Joel was speaking his truth 100%. He wasn't speaking it, because a lot of people say I'm speaking my truth, but they also trying to throw a little bit of their feelings in there and that flair in there. Yeah. He's like pretty objective with this shit.
Right.
And Crooked was, not as objective, but really kind of objective too, even admitting his own faults.
I mean, but they started off saying that they felt like Joel was innocent and that they blame more so Crooked Eye.
That's because they've been in touch with Crooked.
Right.
Joel is really the outlier. He don't talk to Joe and he don't talk to Royce. He talked to Crooked though. Crooked is the glue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So I'm gonna leave Slaughterhouse. They gonna see this. They gonna be like, that nigga needs to leave Slaughterhouse. I'm gonna manage him. I'm gonna sign him. I'm gonna pay for everything. I'm gonna get him right and shit about to go. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep Eminem out of the picture, and it's gonna be a classic album, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the guy Jolie, repping Jolie.com. Who's right? Who's wrong? If you're a Slaughterhouse fan, this is a big deal. It's the only reason I did this video. The only reason why this shit is so long. So, yeah, man, I'm out there.
Peace.
This is some truths I've been anointed to tell. To live and die on earth, not on bell. My angels sing.
The world grimy, full of cautionary tales, nigga. But my niggas say I can't tell them shit. My intent to share my thoughts, not be out of pocket like pennies thrown in wells. Just wishing niggas well.